A Triad house caught on fire after a pile of laundry burst into flames.
And that's not the only strange way that fires can start. Oh no, wait until you see what happens to this coffee creamer when it gets near an open flame.
And there may be a hidden danger in your home office. Let's dig into it. Right here in the Triad, a house caught on fire after a pile of laundry just started to spontaneously combust.
Yeah, this really did happen in Burlington. It happened just last week. A man had taken the stuff out of his dryer, put it on his bed. That's when the flames ignited.
Initially was like, I was drying clothes, so it must be smoke from the dryer that's causing that. But actually it was smoke from the dryer, but it was the clothes. Oh my God, I mean, it was incredible because all the years of washing clothes, nothing ever happened to me in that capacity.
All right, here's the irony. Anthony works as a safety control officer managing what? Fire safety.
Wow.
Even he was shocked by this happening.
Firefighters say what made this happen was not the man washing just any old item in this pile, but the raincoat. That special kind of fabric right there, you know, the one that makes the noise, it had the chemical in it that made it get extra hot. That's why firefighters say you should always check the label on your clothes before you throw it up in the laundry.
A much more common type of fire comes from people not cleaning out the dryer lint. I mean, we've all been, done with that. It burns down thousands of homes every single year in our country. Now, to help protect you, WFMY News 2's Megan Malaris asked home expert Tom Garcia to show you why dryer lint is so dangerous.
Heard of this problem before?
Yeah, we sure have. You know, when we think about our vent systems, we always want to clean them, right? Every time we run a load, we want to get in there and remove all the lint that's captured. But we also need to remember that there may still be material in there, and so at least once a month, every so often, things like these sheets, right? They can deliver little fibers that'll get in here. It's so easy, right?
Just and leave an invisible mesh behind, but you can clean that off.
Absolutely. A little soap and water, an old toothbrush, just get in here and just clean it up a little bit, get in between the parts and pieces, because it's critical that we keep this clean and that it operates properly, right? Because number one, the more the airflow can go through there, the quicker your clothes are going to dry, the less energy it'll take, it'll last the life of the dryer.
And dryer sheets are flammable, highly flammable. Lint is a common cause of fires.
Yeah, it is. Let's take this lint we just took off there, right? So if we put a little lint in here, let's just show how easy it is for lint to ignite, right? I'm just going to put just a moment of fire to this, just a moment, right? Boom, and watch, look at that, and it'll go. So, and there it goes. So it is critically important that we keep these vents clean, number one for safety, but also for the energy efficiency and the life of the unit itself.
All right, along with that, you also want to clean your duct at least once a year. If you're noticing that your clothes take a lot longer to dry than normal, there may be a blockage in the system.
I want you to take a look at this fireball. Whoa! This is after non-dairy creamer hits the lighter. Researchers at the University of Oregon say the chemical makeup of the product makes it highly flammable when it's drifting through the air. So you want to avoid pouring your creamer near an open flame like a candle or gas stove.
All right, so another strange fire starter, old computer batteries. This actually happened to a school in Forsyth County a few years ago. One of their older laptops simply overheated, sparked a fire. Thankfully, no one was injured. All the kids made it out okay, and there was only minor damage to the building. But nationwide, office equipment fires cause an average of more than $2 million in damage every year, according to the insurancehub.com. And they also injure about 12 people, 2 of them even dying from those office fires. The best way to prevent this, you need to check your older computer batteries from time to time. Our own WFMY News 2 IT guru Kevin Lipford shows you the warning signs that the battery needs to be replaced.
One of the early warning signs for a computer and or battery going bad is the swelling. Kind of press on it a little bit and it kind of dips down. You can feel kind of like there's pressure or like a bubble in there. That means they're going bad.
You also want to be careful how you store your batteries in those junk drawers that we all have in the kitchen. A fire started in a home in Madison after investigators say a loose 9-volt battery came into contact with a metal object. It just caused minor damage, but hey, they had to repair and replace those kitchen cabinets. Expensive. That's why it's best to store your batteries in their original packaging.
All right, so you've probably heard that light reflecting off of mirrors can cause problems too. Firefighters say you really only need to worry about certain types of mirrors.
It's curved inward. That allows for the light beam to actually be concentrated when it bounces off of it. And whatever it hits, if it hits in the right spot, it can start a fire.
The best way to avoid this is simply by keeping makeup mirrors away from your windows.
This time of year, one of the biggest fire dangers is, of course, your Christmas tree. Check out the difference in the danger level between a well-watered one and a dry one. The dry one completely engulfed before the other one even starts to spread. So you know to water your tree. Beyond that, our Verify team has some more tricks to keep that tree fresh.
One Verify viewer asked us by text if there's anything they can do to keep their tree fresh. So let's verify. Does adding something to the water keep your tree fresh longer? Our sources are the National Christmas Tree Association and Kathy Crawley, an assistant professor of plant biology at Unity College, who explains the trick to keeping a tree fresh starts with making sure you buy a fresh tree to begin with.
And then when you get it home, make sure you cut off the base of the trunk, just a narrow disc, maybe half an inch, to make sure that the base of the trunk is open and that water will be able to enter the tree.
Okay, but what happens once your tree is set up and decorated? The NCTA says to ensure water is always touching the base, while some websites swear by adding something extra like sugar, soda, and even vodka. Crawley says that can actually do more harm than good.
It conceivably could stop the tree from taking up as much water as it needs if you add a lot of sugar to the water. Truly, all the tree needs is basic fresh water.
So it's false that adding something to the water helps keep your tree fresh longer. Crawley says the goal of the water is to help keep the tree hydrated and delay the branches from quickly becoming brown, dry, and brittle, a potential fire hazard. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Of course, don't forget the best way to protect yourself is to make sure your smoke detectors are always working.
As we head to break, the Greensboro Fire Department explains we need to do more than just check those batteries twice a year.
You want to make sure that they are tested every month, that you change the battery in them if they need a battery every 6 months. Even electric ones have a backup battery in case the power goes out. And then look at the date on the back to make sure the date that's on there is the manufactured date. Add 10 years to that to make sure that they are a good smoke alarm.